Hello friends, welcome back to my channel, and today we are creating these cute dolls for the project, and I'm gonna turn these dolls into the nice greeting cards also, so you can see how beautiful they are. And I put the shimmery watercolor on the hair here, and so I'm gonna put just a little bit here. Then this is the Prima doll. I have all the stamps. I will show you that which stamps I used also. And then this one is so pretty. I just love this, the her shimmery dress and color combination, and everything is looking so beautiful on her. So first of all, I'll show you which stamps I use basically. So for particularly this one, I use this Stampabella stamp, and for this one I use this Arial stamp, and for this one I use the Julia Nugget stamp. So I have the stamps in my stash. I didn't buy them separately. This one came when I was in design team for the scrapping for less. This one I just bought it, and then the Nut Julia, I have other stamps with that also. So I have lots and lots of stamps with them. Like these are the big stamp dolls, and I just bought the one and I never used that. These I use, but I never featured any project with them on the channel. So these are the Prima stamps. Maybe you also have those in your stash. So I just print stamp those images with this stamp with the VersaFine ink, and then I just started coloring them. So I got this new palette, and this is from Winston and Newton palette, and this is like this one. So these are Cotman series and watercolors, but in these series they have this shade of grays and whites, which I don't have in the metallic colors. I love using metallic colors. I have lots of them. So I thought it would be the nice addition to the thing. Then these are the Theory Shop colors which I bought from Etsy, and then I use some Z clean color markers to color them. So I just stamp bunch of these, and then I just first of all I decide that I'm gonna mix them in the mixed media project or something like that. So I use these two colors, Antique Linen and Tattered Rose, and I just put the sponge just like that. I'll show you. So I just put the sponge on it, and then I just squeeze the sponge on it to get those face colors. You don't have to do exactly that thing. You can directly use your Z Grill color markers or Ola pens or any pens. This is the water-based pen, but only this I stamp on the watercolor paper. All of these are Nina Solar white cardstock, and these colors works great on that also. And the other color for the cheeks, and these are the two colors I use substitute for those distress watercolor. Other color I use to highlight these cheeks is this one. This is called light pink. I use this light pink on it. And for the skin tones, you can use the flesh color as well as you can use the pale pink color. So these are the three colors. I'm gonna put it separately because I don't want to mix them. Now here, so when you got the stamp, you can get the old plain white image, and then you can go ahead and color it. You can stamp only this on any pattern paper. You cut down them and you can do the paper pressing on it. So when these came, the main idea of that is paper pressing, and I also want to do that when I started this project as a project, but then I realized that no, I want to do something else, and I have these colors in front of me on my desk, and I was like, oh wow, I should use them. So I decided to use them. So this is the doll actually, and so now I will show you that how I get that shimmery look. For this doll we already made. I'll put it here. So this got like that shimmery effect of the, I hope the light catches the thing, and that's how we get here. Is I'm just putting little bit drop of water on each of those thing, and then I choose a 000 brush, and then I'm just putting this light gray color, little bit watery consistency. Whenever you are using the metallic colors, make sure that you don't dilute them much. Here I'm diluting just because I want that kind of effect. I want to get all the white area covered with that gray color here, and then we're gonna highlight all these small hair strands of her by using the, and here I'm just leaving a little bit of white space to get that kind of shine to it. And wherever it's get more darker, try to put little bit water on it. I'm just going backward and forward because I'm just using a very small brush because these images are pretty small, so I don't want to mess up with them. And then I'm choosing, now I'm picking up the black color from here. I'll put it here a little bit. So now Okay, so now I'm putting here the black color, and then I will just add those on the strands, like her hair falls and kind of stuff. So she will get really nice shiny shimmery hairs. And here also I will put on only on the top, not on the full thing. And then I will add little bit here and there, just to get the idea that her hairs are shiny. And here I'm just leaving a little bit highlight, so that it will not look more flat or something like that. Still, I'm covering most of the white colors. I'm not a much fan of white picking out, but little bit shades are always good. Now after doing that, here I put her dress in a pink, and you can have a little bit of green, so I'm just adding those green shimmery color here on the little bit of leaves, something like that. And I'll add a little bit on belt. So you can see that how it is looking. It's looking so cute. So let's jump into the another doll like this one, and I will show you that how I put the cheeks pink in this one. So here I just put a little bit of just like that, and then I just make a little bit of mouth shape with it. So this one is like having the flowers. You can see here it is having the flower on the top, and it is kind of flowery dress. The full thing is fully flowered thing, and daffodil kind of that flower, and she's just going on the flower. And I really like it. And it is not a big size, it is not a small size, but it's quite a beautiful one to use on the card, small cards. And if you have some kind of different ideas going on with it, you can do that also. So here I'm just adding a little bit of that darkish shade on that thing. And then I will use and go through these brown markers. So this is oatmeal, and I'm just here already it's having the color of that skin color tone is going on. So here I'm just adding little bit highlights. Maybe I'll add more if I need it, but right now I'm pretty happy with it. And then I'm gonna put that color here, and then again it is more yellowish color. So here I didn't color her legs, so I'm just putting a little bit marker. Now you can see I'm not doing any kind of fancy coloring here. It's a very simple coloring, but just because of that pop of shimmer, it is looking so beautiful. Now it's time to choose the color for this doll, and let's go with this purpley color so that we can use maybe for the Valentine Day card or something like that. So if you want the transparent effect, you have to put the color before doing the shimmery effect. So then the diluted shimmer will give the really shimmer to that color. So I will show you that also. But here I'm using the pure color, and it is very vibrant and nice. And now there are so many colors out there for the metallic colors, so many colors. And if you watch my channel, I have lots of them with me. And if you don't have that, maybe you have that big palette of the starry colors where we have all that golden and silver colors. Go ahead and use those colors. Go ahead and use what you have and try this technique, because this is a kind of a fun one, and it's turning out pretty well. And then I will add little bit of that shimmer here also. So every time you can experiment and add little bit. Just make sure that whenever you're doing these kind of small images, you want a pretty tiny brush to do that. Now here is also that daffodil flower kind of thing, and I'm adding a little bit, and then that's it. I think that much shimmer is good. And then I have a little bit left over on my brush, so I'm gonna put here in her flowers here a little bit. Then I'm washing my brush. Now here's the thing. Now if I want to color this purple, so I will choose the lightest shade of the purple, and always put any scrap piece of card to check the color. Now this is the part of this card when I cut it down. So this is, I feel, a little bit darker. I'm kind of searching for more lighter shade. This is darker than this, so it is kind of finding the perfect one. This is more on the pinkish side, but it's a nice one. I chose this one because I don't want too much matchy. So I'm just choosing a little bit on the flower. And you can you can dilute it with the water also little bit. You can move those colors, although this paper is not a watercolor paper, but still you can do that. And then I will put this darker shade more here because it is the frogs inside. Then I will just corner with this darker shade. And now you can get a real with real color marker, you can get a other marker which is kind of a water soluble marker, which you can use. Let me see, where am I? So you can use that marker. It is really in the invisible kind of mode, and you know, you can mix any two colors with that, like this, or you can just add a little bit of water and those colors gonna float everywhere, like I'm here doing. And I'm just mixing here basically those colors. I'm not doing any kind of perfect shading or something like that. And in that process, I'm picking up a little bit of shimmer with the dress. Now at this moment it is not looking that good because that shimmer is a little bit you know, too much, but after drying that will look. Now here you can make little dots just like I made. Now this paper is a little bit wet, so it will not give a full watercolor effect to you, but still those dots gonna dilute a little bit, and that will look really nice on the paper. And wherever I saw a little bit of white, I'm gonna put that thing there, and a little bit on the corners and here also. So I'm quite happy how it turned out. And then I'm gonna add little color on these small shoes. These are so tiny part, but this brush strip will do the work. And now you can see, how beautiful it is looking and shimmery and nice. I'm gonna put it here. So now you can see the, I hope you can, it's catchy, honey and mustard seeds. So rather than sponging them, I'm just putting directly the color on these flowers. Now you can see I have lots of colors, and then whatever is embossed area, that's gonna catch those colors. So here I'm using now carved pumpkin for the orange one, and then I'll choose one brush. Now I'm not adding any extra color on this, it's already a little bit color maybe on that. And then I'm just kind of, you know, pushing those colors on the white area so that I will not see any kind of white on that particularly card panel. And then for again enhancing those colors, you can go ahead and just, you know, use the same colors again. You can use this combination also, mustard seed as well as the spice marmalade, which I decided I'll use first, and then I'm just go ahead and choose the another one, and then I'm just adding more on it. Now it's changing the color. I'll stop that time, and now I can put this here. So like for the particularly for the backgrounds of the color, you can choose the color from this kind of stuff, and you can get tone on tone effect like this. We can add more stuff on it. I'll just zoom it out a little bit like this, or we can just go wild and choose a little bit more opposite colors, and we can go with that also. So I will see what I will do. I'm not sure that what I want to do right now. So now let us talk how we can put these dolls together. So I use this heart-shaped die and cut out one shape, heart shape from the panel paper. And then I use this 3D embossing folder. It is kind of a heart shape, which is from the Spellbinders. It's called Heart Bloom. And then what I did, I just folded a one cardstock and put this heart shape like this. So if you turn around, you can see that I'm not cutting, I'm just putting that on the edge so that this fold will not cut out. If I put this heart shape like this, you will get a two piece, but if I put like this, you can get a this kind of opening. And then I want to stick the whole panel on it. You can put the white border around it also. And now I want to add a little bit of interest to it. I'm just using here a rough paper, and then I'm using the Distress Oxides inks to get those embossed print more enhanced. Now you can do on de-emboss or emboss, whatever you feel nice. This also good on the black cardstock, because this Distress inks gives those kind of chalky effect. So if you want to do it on a black cardstock, that will also do. And then all the stitch line detail that gonna catch. You can use any heart shape or any shape die to do these kind of techniques, and I will show you more ideas to make these kind of shape cards. Now it is just a matter of putting the things together. I'm gonna put it with the glue here, and then I'm just gonna line it up nicely. You can do just by putting this on it. If you want, you can buff off the excess. so that it will not stick to your hand. Any paper will do. I reuse my paper sheets. I love that way, so that I'm not wasting the papers. And now it's time to put this beautiful pretty doll on it. And you can make tags out of it, you can make anything if you have plenty of these kind of stamps. The main idea here is showing that how pretty is the, I want to put it somewhere like this, and I will put a little bit of heavy thing on it so that it will stick properly. Now for the here we can use the appreciated, and we can use this for the teachers one, and I can put something like this here, or I can say thank you if I want, like this. So for the sentiment will take a little bit time. For the sentiment we'll do afterwards. Now as I'm talking about this idea, as we created this one, we'll jump to this one. I'll show you that we cut out this from this panel, and then we just put the distress inks on it. So I do the same thing for this one also. I just put a tape here so that my cardstock will not move, and then what I did, I just fold it in a half like this. You can directly use the card bases also, like if this is my base, I can fold it in a half, and then I put this die just little bit here. If I put here, then I will get this kind of side folded card, but if I just turn around and I put this shape here and put the little bit gap, I will get this kind of thing, which is kind of a top folding card. Now you can convert it into the small and simple tag also, like a small tag where you can put this and you can write something inside and outside is pretty. You can go ahead and do that. I use the arches shape die for this. I use the Spellbinders one, but I think every company has this kind of die. I really obsessed with this arches shapes nowadays. And then you can write down anything like happy birthday, and you can just keep it like that. You don't have to, or you can put the thanks also. I'm planning to put another doll here. I didn't yet color her with those golden shimmery things. I will do and show you that how it will turn out. Main idea here is to showing that we can get the top folded as well as inside also. So here I'm using 60 lb cardstock. So if you want to reinforce and put it more heavily, you can just cut out another nesting die using this shape, and you can put it here because we are already put it here, and we can do the same thing for this one also. I'm gonna put that aside for a little time, and I'll put weight on that also so it will get done. And now for the this one, I just use the same technique. I just put this little bit here so that I didn't cut the sides, but when I lift it here, you can see the side folded, and this is a very vibrant fluorescent kind of color of the card, and still you will get a really nice thing going on here. And then again you can use the nesting die to add another layer of border inside and outside also, but I am planning to choose this and then kind of this, and then we can put a celebrate here, something like that. So I want little bit like the celebrate should go here and this doll should go here, something like that. So that is the thing. So we will get this. Now just a part of layering to adding more layers on this, we can do that. And if you don't want to do all that shaping card kind of stuff, like you're not in that, you can create a normal simple card, which will I show you that here. I put this heart shape, I cut out the shape, and then I use this flower embossing folder, and I use just a one piece of it, not the whole thing. You can use the whole thing. This is a very beautiful 3D embossing folder from Spellbinders, and that's name is floral archway, and you can create it the Valentine card, or you can add. So what I'm planning to do is I'm planning to put this here with that girl, and for particularly this one we can use the stencils, and you can go ahead and use the heart falling stencils like this. We will use that in another one. So there is another stencil I have which is from my favorite things. I think another thing is coming with which one? I think other thing is coming with Hero Arts. I think Hero Arts this kind of stencil, but you will find this kind of stencils, or you can have similar kind of pattern like I showed you, that the heart pattern. You can do that also. And then we're gonna color everything inside. So here I'm planning to use those colors. I'm using here Distress Oxide, Pickled Raspberry, and I'll use the Festive Berry. So I'm gonna use Festive Berry first for the darker shade, And you can see that I do the little bit pencil mark inside that heart. So how I did it, I just put this heart shape here and make a little bit pencil mark, because that portion will not gonna show. So I don't want to waste my energy, time and ink, all of that for coloring that, because this heart shape is a quite bigger one. So after adding festive berry, I will switch to pickled raspberry, which is like more pinkish in shade, and I'm just adding that. You don't have to go all the way on the up and bottom part of it. You can just pull a little bit color here and there. Just try to mix it in the white, and that will be done. So now you can see that we have that beautiful effect. And maybe for adding more things, you can add here a little bit color, so that we get that mixing of colors. We will not see those strip lines, because this one is the bigger card. And after that, now you can erase this full panel on it, or you can just glue down it. So I'm going to glue down just like that. Another way to use nesting dies is you can go one heart shape up and add a golden border to this heart. That will also look very awesome. That's the another idea. Or what you can do, you can go two shapes down and add a small heart there and make a ring kind of thing inside. That will also do. I'm not planning to do that. And then I'm gonna put this girl here, or you can put in the middle also, but here will be the best idea. And here we can put the sentiment. So before adding that girl there, I will put another weight on this so that it will stick properly, and then we will proceed. Now for particularly this one, I just add a gray, and then I'm just going a darker shade, one more, to make little bit of hair strands here. Whenever you're making the hairs, make sure that you will not put them fully black. Put a natural neutral color, or little bit of, if you want to make it blonde, put a little bit of skin color or mauve color, and then start adding a darker layer of shade on it. And then that will give a really nice effect to it. Now if I want to add little bit on her cheek, I can add just like that. Another thing I can do is I can add, this color is not much, so I'm just smoothing that color a little bit here, so it will not show us a very harsh lines. This is the blending real brush. It is the water based one, and these run out very easily, so I have kind of subscription with Amazon for every month. If I'm doing more watercoloring, I add another layer of white card inside, so it get little bit stability, so that you can now, it is kind of stand there, and it is not yet fully sticked. So I want to put that. Now whenever I want to add little bit of layering, because that orange is too much pop, and then I add black. You don't have to do this double layering. I'm doing just because that looks very nice, and same time sometimes people don't have the white pen or any kind of golden pen in their hand, so white is always easy to write. Because sometimes I gift my cards, I make a bunch of cards together and then I gift them. So this is the inside of our card, and for the front I will just put the, so these are very versatile card. You can add anything to them, like appreciated, or you can make it Valentine V-Day card, or you can just put any message on them, like we are celebrating today or something like that, and that will do the thing. Now before adding this, I want to put this here like a celebrate, and I'll just, I think, added that, and then I will just put this. Now I got a really nice frame for it, and then I can put this celebrate here to put this beautiful daffodil doll. Now I want something like that, so that her hands go inside when I'm putting the envelopes, and that can I do only when I have to cut this much part, and for that I'm just making one mark here, and then I will cut it and put it together. Now it's time to add the sentiment. You can skip this part and you can add your sentiments whenever you feel according to the occasion. Or sometimes you can go ahead and add these kind of sentiments like it's your special day. So there is nothing, it's nothing special here. It is like simple sentiment which you can use for anything. And I can put this sentiment here. Maybe I can just go a little bit less strip. For this one I decided to use a simple one, thank you, or I can put this thank you here also. I'm just not sure that should I add more color to this. So what will I do? I will again take, and now here I'm not taking much color, I'm just seeing what I have on the brush. Most of the times we have something on the brush, but this time we don't have. So I decided to add a little bit different color. We'll go ahead and add a little bit of this purplish shade to it, because for particularly this card, we have that purple colors on that thing going on. And then you can totally skip this part and reserve your sentiments, and you can add at the last time. You can say loved, you can say anything, like it's totally depend that how you want. I can put this sentiment here or here, anything will do. But before adding the sentiment, I decided to add something special inside the card. So here there are a few hearts, and I will just lay them just like that. I'm gonna add a little bit weight here also. And so inside of the card is always something for me. I really love to decorate inside of the cards also. That give a special effect to the card and show your efforts. The same time recipient is wow to see inside also. It is more important to give the special message as well as the things. Handwritten message are always fun, and it's always like, you know, they are make someone special according to their designation or according to what you want to wish them at that moment. So I really love that way. But you don't have to, you can skip this part also. I'm just putting this little bit more inside, just want because I want it that way. And then for the front, I just put here, and I thought it's like radiating love or some kind of that message will do. But I have to go in my stash and see that if I have that kind of message or not in the stash with me, or if it's not, I will just go ahead with the thank you. Now for particularly this one, I want a little strip, like really tiny. This is the cardstock which is watercolored and sprayed with most of the things with the same distress colors. So I decided to use this one, and I can add the black background to it to just make a little bit pop up, or I can just put it like that way to get, you know, really involved in it. Or I can add a white also. White will not good, I think orange will do. So I have this piece from the leftover from the another one, and I'm gonna just snip off a little bit of this piece here, and then it's perfect for the background. And we will put inside something of this also, one layer of cardstock, as well as this heart punch out which is from this one, but it will give that kind of nice effect to it. Now our cards are ready, and just decided to choose a very simple sentiment. So I want to show you the different options for the sentiment. So I choose this sentiment from these small talk things, and love with all your heart. So this is the kind of sentiment you can use for Valentine's Day as well as for the other things. Then the celebrate. So you can use this for Valentine or congratulate someone, or you can either use for the birthdays also. This celebrate die is from Spellbinders, and now it's no more available, but I'm still using. You can choose or replace any celebrate with that. It's your special day. This one is from, I think, MFT. I don't know it's available or not, but it's a simple sentiment, and it's your special day. You can use it for anything like wedding, baby showers, to congratulate someone, to on the graduation, on the birthdays, or even if on the Valentine. And then I go ahead and do something different for this one, and I just put the appreciated. So rather than saying the thank you, you can say the appreciated, and that is also a nice way to say thanks. Although we are using all these different kind of stamps, and we use the fun way to use them. Another thing I want to show you is, if you really in the typically making the cards, and so you can use like these small sentiments like happy Valentine's Day or with love or hugs. That will also give a really good effect to you. And you can give these Valentine cards to anyone, like your sister or your brother or in your school. So there are so many ways to use these kind of stamps. These are just right clear stamps I have with them, but you can find many other companies these kind of stamp. Like you can say you are amazing, it's your day, you are brilliant, you are talented, you are loved, treasure to find you. And you can just, or you can write celebrate, gracious, beautiful. Just you have to mix and match. I'm so happy for you on this day, beautiful, because you are so special for me or amazing for me. Or you can use the regular love sentiments like happy Valentine Day, XOXO, and so much. So rather than doing everything Valentine and pink and reds, I decided to do this kind of stuff. And you can also do this kind of stuff, so the recipient will get a different kind of card this year. So until the next crafty project, have a crafty life. Bye bye.